Tonight, before you sleep, look up at the sky. Even if you live in a city, and the lights hide most of the stars, you will still see a few bright points shining above you. But here's the truth. Those tiny dots are not just lights. They are suns. And around many of those suns, there are planets. Some of those planets may look nothing like Earth. Some may be burning hot. Some may be frozen like ice. And some may be so similar to Earth that they could hold oceans, air, and possibly, life. So the question is simple. But the answer could change everything. Are we alone in the universe? This is not a science fiction question anymore. This is one of the most serious questions in modern science. Because for the first time in history, we are living in an age where we can actually search for the answer. Let's try to understand the scale of what we are talking about. We live on Earth. Earth is part of the solar system. The solar system is inside a galaxy called the Milky Way. And the Milky Way is so huge that it contains somewhere between 100 billion and 400 billion stars. Just imagine that number. Even if we count one star every second, it would take thousands of years just to finish counting them. Now here comes the shocking part. The Milky Way is only one galaxy. Scientists believe there are hundreds of billions of galaxies in the universe. That means the total number of stars in the universe is so large that human language struggles to describe it. And if stars are that common, planets are also common. In fact, modern astronomy suggests something unbelievable. Most stars have planets. So when you look at the night sky, you are not looking at empty space. You are looking at a universe full of worlds. For thousands of years, humans believed Earth was the center of everything. Many people believed the sun revolved around the Earth. And they believed the stars were just small lights placed in the sky. But science destroyed that illusion. Now we know Earth is just one planet orbiting one star, in one galaxy, in a universe so large it makes us feel tiny. And here is the most important point. If Earth is not the center, if Earth is not special, then why would life be special? Why would life happen only once? Think about it like this. If you buy one lottery ticket, your chance of winning is very low. But if you buy millions of tickets, sooner or later, someone wins. The universe is like that. With so many planets, so many worlds, so many chances. The idea that life happened only once starts to feel less believable. This is why many scientists say, even if intelligent life is rare, simple life could be common. Life could exist as microbes, bacteria, or small organisms. Maybe not walking like humans, but alive. Now here comes the part that makes this topic truly mysterious. If the universe has so many planets, and if life is possible, then intelligent life should also exist somewhere. And if intelligent civilizations exist, some of them should be older than us. Much older. Maybe millions of years older. So if they exist, then logically, they should have built advanced technology. They should have sent signals. They should have explored space. They should have left evidence. But when we look into the universe, what do we find? Silence. No confirmed radio signals. No confirmed alien messages. No confirmed spacecraft. No confirmed visitors. Nothing. This is the shocking problem. This mystery is so famous that it has a name. The Fermi Paradox. It is a simple question. If aliens exist, where is everyone? So right now, we are trapped between two powerful truths. Truth number 1. The universe is full of planets. And the ingredients for life are everywhere. Truth number 2. We have no confirmed proof that anyone else is out there. And this creates one of the biggest mysteries of all time. Because either we are truly alone, which would make humanity unbelievably rare, or the universe is full of life, but something is stopping contact. And that something could be terrifying. In the next part, we will explore something very important. What does life actually need? And how many planets have we already discovered that could support life? Because once you understand how common planets are, you will realize this question is not just interesting. It is inevitable. So stay with me. Because the shocking truth about alien life might be closer than you think. In part 1, we asked the biggest question. Are we alone in the universe? And we discovered something shocking. The universe is filled with stars, and stars are filled with planets. But now comes the most important step. Because before we talk about aliens, before we talk about intelligent civilizations, we must answer a basic scientific question. What does life actually need to exist? Scientists don't start this search with guesses. They start with facts. And the strongest fact we have is simple. Life on Earth needs water. Every living thing we know depends on water in some form. But water alone is not enough. Life also needs energy, like sunlight, heat, or chemical energy. Chemicals, carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen. Time, millions or billions of years. Now here is the surprising part. These ingredients are not rare. They are found across the universe. In fact, space is full of the building blocks of life. Scientists have discovered organic molecules floating in cosmic clouds. They have found water vapor in deep space. And they have even found complex carbon compounds on asteroids and comets. So the universe is not empty. It is chemically active. It is alive with possibility. For a long time, humans had no proof that other stars had planets. We assumed they did. But we couldn't confirm it. Then, in 1995, everything changed. Scientists discovered the first confirmed planet orbiting a sun-like star outside our solar system. And after that, discoveries exploded. Today, scientists have confirmed thousands of exoplanets. And the real number is far greater. Most likely, there are trillions of planets in our galaxy alone. This means something shocking. Earth is not unique in being a planet. And if planets are common, then Earth-like planets could also be common. Now you may ask, if planets are everywhere, why don't we just find life easily? Because life doesn't need just a planet. Life needs the right conditions. One of the most important conditions is temperature. Not too hot. Not too cold. Scientists call this area around a star the habitable zone. Or the Goldilocks zone. It means the planet is at the just right distance from its star. In that zone, water could exist in liquid form. And when liquid water exists, the possibility of life becomes real. Now here is the important point. Scientists have already found many planets in this habitable zone. Some are slightly larger than Earth. Some may have thick atmospheres. Some may have oceans. Some may have continents. And some may even have weather systems. We don't know yet. But the fact that they exist is already mind-blowing. Now comes one of the most shocking discoveries in modern science. Life might not even require an Earth-like planet. It could exist on moons. Yes, moons. In our own solar system, there are moons that may have oceans beneath their surface. Two of the most famous are Europa, a moon of Jupiter, and Enceladus, a moon of Saturn. These moons are covered in ice. But underneath that ice, scientists believe there may be liquid oceans. And not just small oceans. Massive oceans. Even bigger than Earth's oceans. Now think about that. A hidden ocean, under ice, far from the sun, could still contain life. Because life does not always need sunlight. On Earth, deep in the ocean, there are creatures living near volcanic vents. They survive using chemical energy. So if Europa or Enceladus has heat and chemicals, life could exist there too. Even if it is simple life. Even if it is microscopic. Now we must be honest. When people say aliens, most people imagine intelligent creatures, advanced technology, flying ships, communication, civilization. But science starts with the simplest possibility. Microbial life. Because microbes are strong. They survive extreme cold. They survive extreme heat. They survive deep oceans. They survive deserts. They survive radiation. So if life exists elsewhere, it might begin as microbes. And if microbes are common, then over billions of years, intelligent life becomes possible. But here is the key truth. Intelligent life may be rare. Why? Because Earth existed for around 4.5 billion years. But humans have existed for only a tiny fraction of that time. So intelligence might require many perfect conditions for a long time. So now we know something powerful. The ingredients for life are common. Planets are common. And even moons may have oceans. Which means the possibility of life is not just a dream. It is scientifically reasonable. But then, the mystery becomes even bigger. Because if life is possible, and planets are everywhere, then why is the universe still silent? Why haven't we seen anyone? Why haven't we heard anyone? In the next part, we will explore the most famous mystery in space science. The Fermi Paradox. If aliens exist, where is everyone? And some of the answers are truly terrifying. In part 1, we saw how unbelievably large the universe is. In part 2, we discovered something even more shocking. The ingredients for life are common. Planets are everywhere. And even moons in our own solar system may have oceans. So logically, life should exist somewhere else. Maybe simple life. Maybe intelligent life. But now we face the biggest mystery of all. If aliens exist, why don't we see them? Why is the universe so quiet? This mystery is called the Fermi Paradox. It is named after physicist Enrico Fermi, who asked a simple question. Where is everybody? And this question is not a joke. It is a serious scientific problem. Because when you look at the age of the universe, you realize something disturbing. The universe is about 13.8 billion years old. Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. That means there has been plenty of time for other civilizations to rise long before us. Millions of years before us. Even billions. So if intelligent civilizations exist, some should be extremely advanced. So why is there no clear evidence? The first explanation is simple. Space is unbelievably large. Even the closest star system to us is more than 4 light-years away. And 1 light-year is not a small distance. It is about 9.5 trillion kilometers. Now imagine traveling across the entire Milky Way galaxy. Our galaxy is about 100,000 light-years wide. Even if a civilization could travel at 10% the speed of light, it would still take 1 million years to cross the galaxy. So yes, aliens may exist. But maybe they are simply too far away. Maybe the universe is full of life. But each civilization is isolated like islands in a cosmic ocean. Another possibility is that aliens are sending signals, but we are not able to detect them. Think about how humans communicate. 100 years ago, we used radio. Now we use satellites, fiber optics, and digital signals. So what if advanced civilizations use technologies we cannot understand? What if their communication is not radio? What if it is something beyond our science? Like quantum communication, laser signals, or methods we haven't discovered yet. So the universe might not be silent. We might simply be deaf. Now comes a strange but realistic idea. What if aliens know we exist, but they don't want contact? Imagine you are walking in a forest. You see ants building their colony. Do you try to speak to them? Do you invite them to your home? No. You watch them. You study them. You might even ignore them, because they are not at your level. Now imagine an alien civilization millions of years ahead of us. To them, humans may look like a young species. Aggressive. Unstable. Still fighting wars. Still destroying the environment. Maybe they consider us too dangerous. Or too primitive. Or simply not worth contacting. This is why some scientists say aliens might be out there, but they are waiting. This idea is famous, and it is chilling. It is called the zoo hypothesis. It suggests that Earth may be like a protected zone, like a wildlife reserve. Aliens may avoid direct contact so we can develop naturally. They observe us. They study us. But they do not interfere. Just like humans watch animals in a national park. And here's the scary part. If this is true, then we may not be alone. We may be watched. Now we reach one of the most frightening theories ever created. This is called the dark forest theory. It says the universe is not friendly. It is not peaceful. It is dangerous. Like a dark forest at night. In a dark forest, if you make noise, you attract predators. So civilizations stay quiet. They hide their signals. They avoid revealing their location. Because in a universe where resources are limited, a stronger civilization may destroy a weaker one. Not because they are evil, but because it is safer. So in this theory, the silence of the universe is not proof of loneliness. It is proof of fear. So now we have a terrifying situation. The universe could be full of life, but we cannot find it because space is too big. Communication is too advanced. Civilizations choose silence. Or the universe is too dangerous. And this leads to the most disturbing question of all. What if civilizations don't survive long enough to spread? What if most intelligent species destroy themselves? That idea leads us directly to part 4. The most shocking concept in space science. The Great Filter. A barrier that may have already destroyed countless civilizations. And could one day destroy us too. In part 3, we explored the Fermi Paradox. And we learned something disturbing. The universe may not be empty. It may not be silent because there is no one. It may be silent because something is stopping civilizations from surviving long enough. And that brings us to one of the most shocking ideas in modern science. The Great Filter. This concept is not science fiction. It is a real scientific theory used to explain why the universe seems so quiet. And once you understand it, it becomes one of the most frightening ideas humanity has ever faced. To understand the Great Filter, we need to look at the history of Earth. Earth formed about 4.5 billion years ago. But life did not appear immediately. It took hundreds of millions of years for the first simple organisms to appear. And for most of Earth's history, life was extremely simple. Mostly bacteria. For billions of years, nothing advanced happened. No animals. No intelligence. Just simple life. Then, much later, something incredible happened. Life became complex. Cells became advanced. Creatures evolved. Oceans filled with life. Land was conquered. Dinosaurs rose and fell. And finally, humans appeared. Now think about this carefully. Earth had life for billions of years. But intelligent life appeared only at the very end. So that means one thing. The path from simple life to intelligence is not easy. It is full of barriers. The Great Filter is the idea that somewhere in the development of life, there is a barrier so hard that most civilizations never pass it. And that barrier could happen at many stages. For example, life might rarely begin. Complex life might rarely evolve. Intelligence might rarely appear. Or civilizations might rarely survive long enough to expand into space. So even if life begins on many planets, most planets might never produce advanced civilizations. And even if civilizations form, most might destroy themselves before they become spacefaring. Now here is where things become truly scary. Because when we look at human history, we notice something. The moment a civilization becomes advanced, it gains the power to destroy itself. For example, nuclear weapons, biological engineering, artificial intelligence, climate destruction, resource collapse, global wars, uncontrolled technology. Humans developed powerful technology very quickly. But our wisdom did not grow at the same speed. And this creates a terrifying possibility. Maybe advanced civilizations destroy themselves soon after reaching high technology. That would explain the silence. Because the universe could be full of civilizations that never lasted long enough to contact anyone. Imagine a planet like Earth. Life begins. It evolves. It becomes intelligent. It builds cities. It invents machines. It explores space. And then, it collapses. Maybe through war. Maybe through pollution. Maybe through an artificial intelligence accident. Maybe through something we cannot imagine. Now multiply that scenario across millions of planets. You get a universe that once had life, but now contains mostly ruins. Civilizations that existed, but disappeared. And the universe becomes silent again. Not because life is impossible, but because survival is rare. Now comes the question that makes the Great Filter terrifying for humans. Is the Great Filter behind us or ahead of us? If the great filter is behind us, that means we are special. It means life rarely begins, or complex life is extremely rare, or intelligence almost never appears. And Earth is one of the lucky planets. This would mean we might be alone, or almost alone. But if the great filter is ahead of us, then it means something much darker. It means many civilizations reach our stage, and then something wipes them out. And that would mean humanity may be approaching the most dangerous stage right now. Think about how quickly humans advanced. For most of history, humans lived with simple tools. Then in just 200 years, we invented electricity, airplanes, computers, satellites, nuclear bombs, artificial intelligence. In cosmic time, this is like 1 second. And yet, we are already capable of destroying our planet. So if other civilizations follow a similar pattern, many may not survive long. So the great filter gives us two possible realities. Reality 1. We are rare, maybe alone, because intelligence is extremely difficult. Reality 2. The universe is full of life, but civilizations die quickly, before they can spread. And now, we arrive at the final part. Because the final part contains the most shocking truth of all. Even if aliens exist, even if they don't, the real story is about us. In part 5, we will reveal the final answer science can honestly give, and why the truth is more powerful than any fiction. We have reached the final part. In this documentary, we explored the greatest mystery in space. The universe is unimaginably large. Planets are everywhere. Water and organic molecules exist in space. Life may exist on moons in our own solar system. And yet, the universe remains silent. So now we return to the original question. Are we alone in the universe? And here is the honest answer. We don't know, yet. But the truth is deeper than that. Because what science has discovered so far is already shocking. So how does science search for alien life? Scientists do not search with guesses. They search with evidence. Right now, scientists are focusing on 1. Exoplanet atmospheres. Using powerful telescopes, they study the air around distant planets. They look for gases that could indicate life, such as oxygen, methane, carbon dioxide in strange combinations. Because on Earth, oxygen exists in large amounts mainly because of life. So if we find an Earth-like planet with oxygen, it could be the first real sign of life beyond Earth. 2. Searching for radio signals. Projects like SETI have been listening for decades. They search for patterns that look artificial. Not random noise. Real messages. So far, nothing confirmed. But the search continues. 3. Exploring our own solar system. Mars, Europa, Enceladus. These worlds may hold the first evidence of life. And if we find even microbial life, it would change history forever. Now we come to the most shocking truth of all. The shocking truth is not only about aliens. The shocking truth is this. We have explored almost nothing. Humans often talk as if we know the universe. But in reality, we have not even visited another planet with humans. We have not traveled beyond our solar system. We have not reached another star. We have not even explored the deep oceans of Earth completely. So when people say, there are no aliens, that is not science. That is an assumption. Because the universe is too large for certainty. Now, as we end this documentary, we face two possible realities. Reality 1, we are alone. If we are alone, then humanity is the rarest thing in the universe. It would mean Earth is a miracle. Life is unbelievably difficult. Intelligence is extremely rare. And that would place a huge responsibility on us. Because if we destroy ourselves, the universe may lose its only known conscious civilization. Reality 2, we are not alone. If we are not alone, then the universe is filled with life. And somewhere, there may be civilizations far beyond our understanding. Civilizations that may have mastered energy, space travel, biology, and technology beyond imagination. But if they exist, then the silence means something. Maybe they are too far. Maybe they are hiding. Maybe they are watching. Or maybe the Great Filter has destroyed most of them. So are we alone? Science cannot yet give a final answer. But the real message is bigger than aliens. Because when we ask this question, we are doing something unique. We are a species that looks into the darkness of space and asks, who else is out there? That question itself is proof of intelligence, proof of curiosity, proof of consciousness. And maybe that is the most important discovery of all. One day, a telescope may detect a living planet. A signal may arrive from the stars. A microbial fossil may be found on Mars. Or an ocean under Europa's ice may reveal life. And when that happens, history will split into two parts. Before we knew, and after we knew. Until then, the universe remains the greatest mystery. And the shocking truth is, we may not be alone, but we are still learning how to find the answer. If you enjoyed this documentary, subscribe for more science mysteries. And comment below. Do you think we are alone? Because the next video will be, what would happen if aliens contact Earth?